is the update from Kashmir Valley. We have seen the death toll has mounted, now reaching closer to 35. Many have been injured and unrest continues in key towns of South Kashmir. The shutdown in the valley now has been extended by 2 days. There also curfew and bandh called by the separatists. This after the Martyrs' Day was marked yesterday. Here's a ground report.
Exactly a week after violent protests rocked Kashmir, an uneasy calm prevails in the valley. Sporadic stone pelting clashes were reported, even as most areas remained under a strict curfew. The death toll has now crossed 30 and several more have been injured. Political bickering surfaced after NC Chief Omar Abdullah accused Mehbooba Mufti of trying to show that situation is improving.
कुछ ऐसे उनसर हैं जो यहाँ अमन बिगाड़ना चाहते हैं, जो यहाँ के हालात खराब करना चाहते हैं, उनकी उन बातों में ना आके बल्कि इन शहीदों का सबसे बड़ा खराज अकीदत ये है कि जो इन्होंने हमको दिया उसको हम संभाल सके।
बेशर्मी की बात ये कि बजाय पुलिस के इंतजामिया को हालात को दुरुस्त करने में लगाया जाए, अभी सुबह आपने देखा कि पुलिस की गाड़ियों में सिविल लोगों को यहां लाया गया सिर्फ वजीर आला साहिबा को लोग दिखाने के लिए।
As life remains paralyzed across the valley and hospitals remain flooded with the wounded, Prime Minister Narendra Modi rushed a team of special doctors from AIIMS. A 3-member team of eye specialists have been rushed to Srinagar, where hospitals are facing a crisis in treating eye injuries, given the number of pellet injuries being referred amid the ongoing unrest. Meanwhile, South Kashmir is the worst hit and remains virtually cut off from the rest of the state. The Jammu-Srinagar highway that passes through South Kashmir was blocked briefly due to protest. Authorities also stopped the Amarnath Yatra, but pilgrims were later allowed to move. Meanwhile, the separatists continued to stoke fire by extending bandh in the valley till the 15th of July. With Ashraf Wani and Shujaul Haq in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
Priority in the valley right now is to restore peace and harmony. Here's a look at the latest situation in Kashmir, where the death toll has crossed 30, over 1,400 injured. And the big question is Mehbooba losing grip over the state now. Her peace, calm appeal also came on the 5th day of the unrest. That is too late is what the opposition has said. Even the BJP's own ally Shiv Sena has said that this appeal from Mehbooba Mufti came too late. The curfew is still in force for next 2 days. Separatists have called for bandh for the next 2 days. Martyrs' Day that was marked in the valley yesterday. Some rather alarming pictures have surfaced from the valley. India Today has accessed visuals of the men from the Central Reserve Police Force of the CRPF that is seen facing the brunt of the attacks. But here's India Today's executive editor Gaurav Sawant, who sent us this report from Ground Zero.
My cameraman Kripal has just been hit. Stone pelting is starting from multiple sides. The stone pelting has intensified in the area where we are at this point of time. There you see stones reaching the command post. The security forces, as you can see, they are not retaliating. They have their shields up to prevent them. See, there you see stones coming, but these soldiers are not reacting at all. Stones falling. There you see, stone came and it's falling on these rooftops here. But from this command post, as you can clearly see, these soldiers are still not retaliating at all. In their brace position to ensure that the stone pelters and the rioters do not cross this line. It's extremely unsafe to be here at this point of time as stones land on these places. And as you can see in these images, the stones are coming much closer. There you see stone pelters in large numbers coming, hurling stones and then returning, but no retaliation whatsoever from this side. Of course, instead of their weapons, they have chili grenades, they have stun grenades, they have tear gas shells which have been fired just till a short while back. But they're also using their slingshots to push the stone pelters and the rioters back. We are in the heart of Rajouri Kadal. Now this is downtown Srinagar, and this is where there is immense stone pelting that is taking place at this point of time. Now this is a daily drill, especially on curfew days when troops are withdrawn after being deployed through the day. And as you can see in these images, that as troops withdraw, you have people who are pelting stones, and given this situation at this point of time, the numbers are increasing. There you see youth coming in large numbers, and this is what we are wearing at this stage. This is what we are wearing at this stage. The stone pelting has started, and this is how the retaliation is also taking place at this point of time. These images, the troops are gradually withdrawing from these streets. This tension will remain in place. My cameraman Kripal has just been hit with one of the stones. Kripal is now being hit the stone, and their tear gas shells have been fired from both sides. Now, as you see in these pictures, in downtown Srinagar, as stones are being pelted, as those people march up, utmost restraint is being practiced by these soldiers here, by the CRPF personnel here. While they're pelting stones, what the CRPF personnel are doing, not even firing grenades, their stun grenades, not their chili grenades, nothing at this point of time. They're hoping that this withdrawal takes place as peacefully as possible. With cameraman Kirpal Singh at downtown Srinagar, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Well, that exclusive report by India Today's Gaurav Sawant shows how, as on one side, the politics is speaking over Kashmir, these are our real heroes. The security forces who are going all out to maintain peace in the valley and trying to ensure that law and order is restored. Here's another story of how the CRPF, or the Central Reserve Police Force, faces the mob fury day after day bravely to ensure that law and order is maintained in Kashmir. It's a story that has seldom been heard or seen. Take a look.
CRPF's riot control vehicle under attack. A violent mob resorting to massive stone pelting. These images captured on the cameras of CRPF, accessed exclusively by India Today. In another area, roof of a CRPF bunker on fire after some protesters hurled petrol bombs on it. More than 300 CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir police personnel have been injured in the recent mob violence in the valley. There have also been instances of terrorists mixing up with stone pelters and hurling grenades and firing on CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir police. The CRPF and police say that they are responding with restraint, using only non-lethal weapons.
Basically to maintain peace and tranquility in the area and to ensure that things are going quite smoothly over here. Trying our best to restrain ourselves, we are restraining rather, and our men are being inflicted a lot of casualties.
Hundreds of security persons have been injured amidst the big surge in violence. On Sunday afternoon, a policeman was killed after a mob pushed his vehicle into River Jhelum. A mob attacked a police station in Kupwara district on Tuesday. The mob also torched a police vehicle there, in which some policemen were trapped. Another mob attacked the police picket in Tral town, setting fire to the picket guarding members of Hindu and Sikh families. Policemen at the minority picket barely managed to save their lives and weapons. The violent mobs have also stolen weapons from police stations in south of Kashmir, which remains a cause of concern for the security agencies.
Elements of Lashkar-e-Taiba and the Hizbul Mujahideen could also try and exploit this situation. Curfew firmly in place, but will it continue to simmer, or will it now hopefully get resolved or at least move to calmer times? That remains to be seen. With cameraman Kirpal Singh in downtown Srinagar, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Now, India Today's executive editor Gaurav Sawant is joining us from the valley to give us a ground update. Gaurav, what's the situation today? And also, we've seen your reports about these brave security forces who have kept nation before themselves and how they're going all out to ensure that peace is restored in the valley. A message also for all the political leaders who are busy passing the buck.
Devina, you're spot on. Uneasy calm across the valley, South Kashmir and of course parts of North Kashmir. Late last night, we were on our way to North Kashmir when there was an incident and suddenly traffic movement was stopped. Now such are restrictions in place that through the day, highways remain closed for vehicular movement, and that is because of tension. That is because, not because there's somebody physically blocking it, but there is tension that mobs could suddenly come and disrupt life or destroy property. Convoy movement rather restricted. Military convoys moving only when required and only in specified sectors as per requirement is concerned. As far as civilians are concerned, we were on our way to an area in North Kashmir, but late last night there was an incident of firing and suddenly everything clamped down and we had to return to Srinagar. In Srinagar, uneasy calm in the parts where we are in. There are some tourists, but they appear to be heading back. They were hoping that they would be able to ride this storm, situation would improve, but all eyes on the Friday prayers tomorrow. If it's not too uncomfortable, if it's restricted just to a small locality where we were yesterday, the Rajouri Kadal area, the Eidgah area, if it's restricted only there, then tourists can think of either returning or perhaps staying put. If not, then it's a very bleak thing that we're looking forward to.
Well, Gaurav, thanks for getting us that update right now. Be safe. As day 7 of Srinagar, we're seeing similar script being played out of uneasy calm for the 7th day in a row. Getting you some more update on this news.
As you see in these pictures, in downtown Srinagar, as stones are being pelted, आप पीछे जाइए. Stone pelting is starting. Back. Kripal, stone pelting is starting from multiple sides, even as we speak. The stone pelting has intensified in the area where we are at this point of time. There you see stones reaching the command post.